I was sitting on the bathroom floor, fully dressed, lights off, crying silently so no one would hear. I had no idea what was happening to me. Just days before, I was fine. Or at least pretending to be. That night, something inside me cracked. And, in the middle of that quiet breakdown, for some reason I still don't fully understand, I searched one word: yoga. I didn't own a mat. I didn't know any poses. I wasn't flexible. But I needed something, anything, that could make the noise in my head stop. I pressed play on a random video, and what started as 10 minutes of awkward breathing and shaky stretches became the thing that saved me. Not instantly, not magically, but deeply. If you've ever felt like you were losing yourself, this story might be exactly what you didn't know you needed to hear. The first time I tried yoga, I hated it. Not because it was hard, though it definitely was, but because it forced me to be still. And stillness, for someone whose mind never stops, can feel like torture. The video was simple. A woman with a soft voice, telling me to breathe deeply, close my eyes, and connect with the present moment. But my body was stiff, my breath was shallow, and my thoughts were screaming louder than ever. What the hell am I doing? This is stupid. I don't belong here. I paused the video halfway. I stood there, in my living room, feeling like a fraud. But the next day, I did it again. Just 5 minutes, then 10, then 15. I didn't get better quickly. My downward dog was more like a trembling triangle. I couldn't sit cross-legged without my hips screaming. But something kept pulling me back. Maybe it was the way I felt just a little lighter afterward, or the strange sense of calm that would linger for a few minutes after I rolled up my towel. It was subtle, almost invisible, but real. I started to realize something. Yoga wasn't about touching your toes. It was about noticing that your jaw is tight and choosing to relax it. It was about hearing the chaos inside your head and learning not to run from it. For the first time in years, I started listening to myself. It was never about the poses. Somewhere around week 3, I realized I wasn't showing up for the stretches anymore. I was showing up for the silence. It was in those quiet moments, lying on my back, eyes closed, heart racing but soft, that the real work started. Memories I had buried came rushing in. Old wounds I thought I had moved past began whispering again. Shame, guilt, fear, all of it resurfacing. Not to hurt me, but to be finally felt. And I wanted to quit. So many times. Because yoga wasn't just making me face my body, it was making me face me. There were days I cried after practice, and I didn't even know why. There were nights I lay in bed, my hands resting on my belly, breathing slowly, trying to calm the storm inside. But little by little, things began to shift. I stopped talking to myself like an enemy. I began walking a bit slower, eating without guilt, saying no without apology. Not because yoga taught me how to do any of that, but because yoga made me remember that I deserved to. One evening, in a class I almost skipped, the instructor said something I'll never forget. The way you move on your mat is often the way you move through your life. That hit me hard, because for the first time I realized I had been rushing everything, forcing everything, and yoga was teaching me to soften. Months passed. My body was still far from perfect, but something else had changed completely. My relationship with myself. I no longer punished my body for being tired. I stopped measuring my worth in productivity. I began waking up and checking, and not with my phone, but with my breath. Yoga didn't fix me. It didn't erase my pain, but it taught me how to sit with it, to stop fighting it, to listen. Some days, I still feel overwhelmed. But now, I know what to do when the wave hits. I breathe. I slow down. I remember. I've survived this before. What started as a desperate search became the most sacred ritual of my life. And here's the truth. I wish someone had told me earlier. You don't have to be flexible to start. You don't have to be calm. You don't have to look a certain way or know what you're doing. You just have to begin. The rest will meet you where you are.